20 essential tips every first-time cruiser must know in 2026. If this is your first cruise, stop scrolling for a second. Most cruise disasters don't happen because people are reckless. They happen because people didn't know what to expect. Missed ships, surprise bills, packing mistakes that seem small until they ruin a very expensive trip. In this video, I'm breaking down 20 things first-time cruisers almost always get wrong, pulled from real complaints, real stories, and real regret. Learn these now, and your cruise will feel smooth instead of stressful. Let's get into it. Number 1. Ship stability and motion sickness. This is the fear almost every first-time cruiser has. People picture non-stop, rocking, nausea, and clinging to railings all day. Here's what actually happens. Modern cruise ships are massive and heavily stabilized. In calm water, most people barely feel movement at all. Countless first-timers say on day one, "Wait, this is it?" But motion does exist, and expectations matter. Weather plays a role. So does your cabin location. Midship and lower decks experience the least movement. That's simple physics. Now for 2 surprises nobody warns you about. First, tender boats. These smaller boats reach ports when the ship can't dock. They bounce far more than the ship itself, and that's where queasiness often hits. Second, after the cruise, some people feel like the ground is moving for a day or two. It's harmless, common, and fades quickly. If you're sensitive, bring motion sickness meds from home. People who wait and buy on board almost always regret it when they see the price tag. And if you think motion is your biggest concern, wait until you see how cabins really work. Number 2. Cruise cabin size and layout. Here's the truth that shocks first-timers. Cruise cabins are small, smaller than hotel rooms, smaller than most expect after watching glossy promo videos. 4-person cabins work, but they're tight. Beds convert, bunks fold down, floor space disappears fast. The good news? Experienced cruisers learn tricks. That coffee table often slides into the closet. Empty suitcases fit perfectly under beds. Walls carry sound, so earplugs or white noise apps become lifesavers. If you have a balcony, follow rules exactly. No climbing, no towels over railings, no smoking. Balcony fires are one of the most serious safety risks at sea. Cruise lines don't play around. And remember, midship lower decks are not just for motion, they help you sleep better too. Speaking of small spaces, let's talk about the room that surprises people the most. Number 3. Cries cabin bathrooms. Cruise toilets are loud, shockingly loud. That first flush usually scares people. That vacuum sound is normal. What's not normal is flushing the wrong things. Only cruise-provided toilet paper goes in, nothing else. Wipes, tissues, flushable products are all no-go. Every cruise has at least one passenger who ignores this rule. Last year, multiple cabins on a Caribbean sailing lost bathroom access for hours because someone decided wipes were fine. They weren't. Plumbing issues don't stay private on ships. One mistake can affect multiple cabins. The crew takes this seriously. Respect this rule, like your vacation depends on it. Sometimes it does. Now, here's where a lot of first-timers go wrong before they even step on board. Number 4. Not all ships are created equal. Many people focus only on the cruise line and forget about the ship itself. 2 ships from the same company can feel like completely different vacations. Newer ships have better tech, more dining choices, larger shows, smarter cabin designs. Older ships feel quieter, more traditional, but with fewer options and older layouts. Before booking, check the ship's launch year, last renovation, and recent passenger reviews. Skip this, and you're usually the one saying, "This wasn't what I expected." Cruise line reputation matters, but the specific ship can make or break the trip. And even with the perfect ship, one mistake can end your trip before it starts. Number 5. FLY, in at least 1 day, early. This is not optional. You should arrive at least 1 day early. Flights get delayed. Weather happens. Bags get lost. The ship does not wait. Every year, someone shows up late and watches their ship sail away. Last season, Aaron missed his ship in Florida because his connecting flight was delayed by 2 hours. No refund, no sympathy. That extra hotel night is not a waste. It's insurance. The cheapest stress relief you can buy. And while we're talking about protection, this next one saves people from financial nightmares. Number 6. Cruise insurance is essential. Cruise insurance is not an upsell, it's protection. Most health insurance doesn't work at sea or in foreign ports. Onboard medical care is expensive, and evacuations can be brutal financially. One passenger slipped, needed serious treatment, and required helicopter evacuation. Those rescues regularly cost $50,000 to $150,000. Without insurance, that bill is yours. Good cruise insurance covers medical care, emergency evacuation, and trip interruption. Buy it right after booking. Wait, and you risk missing coverage windows. Regret follows fast. Quick question before we move on. What's the one thing you're most worried about on your first cruise motion? Costs or packing mistakes? Think about it now. It will help you focus on the tips that matter most to you. Now let's talk about where most first-timers feel the shock first. Number 7. Budgeting for the extras. This is where expectations collide with reality. Your cruise fare covers a lot, but not everything. Daily gratuities are charged per person, per day, usually between $16 and $25. Drinks, spa services, and specialty dining come with automatic service charges. Alcohol, soda, specialty, coffee, excursions, Wi-Fi, photos, and spa treatments all cost extra. This is where people panic when they check their account mid-cruise. One first-time couple checked their onboard account on day 3, just out of curiosity. Drinks, gratuities, a couple of specialty meals. Nothing crazy, or so they thought. The total was already over $600. They spent the rest of the cruise quietly cutting back instead of relaxing. The smart move is planning ahead. Beverage and Wi-Fi packages can save money if you actually use them. If not, they're just wasted spend. Know your habits, budget honestly, and you'll avoid that sinking feeling when the final bill shows up. Number 8. Cruise ship Wi-Fi. Let's reset expectations right now. Cruise Wi-Fi has improved, but it's still not home internet. Older ships were painfully slow. Newer ships often use upgraded satellite systems or Starlink, meaning messaging, browsing, and basic apps usually work fine. Some first-timers are genuinely surprised when their phone feels usable at sea. Here's the catch. Connecting to the ship's network is free, but using the internet is not. One passenger bought the cheapest plan, expecting to stream shows at night. By day 2, frustration hit. They ended up upgrading anyway. If you need video calls or streaming, buy the higher tier plan from the start. For light browsing and messaging, a basic plan is enough. Know your usage before boarding so you don't overpay. And while we're talking about phones, this next thing becomes your control center on board. Number 9. Download the cruise line app. Your cruise line's app is one of the most powerful tools on board. Many first-timers ignore it until it's too late. Once on board, the app shows daily schedules, restaurant menus, deck maps, showtimes, and your onboard spending. In-app messaging between passengers is often free. Even more important before the cruise, excursions, specialty dining, spa appointments, and shows open for booking weeks in advance. Popular options sell out fast. I've seen first-timers board full of excitement, open the app for the first time, and realize every popular show and dining slot is already booked. The cruise didn't sell out, the opportunities did. So download the app as soon as you book, log in, turn on notifications, book early. Avoid the everything's already gone panic on day 1. Now let's talk about something old school that still saves vacations. Number 10. Always carry printed documents. Cruising still requires backups. Phones die, signals drop, devices get lost. Bring printed copies or easily accessible digital versions of your passport, cruise boarding pass, flight confirmations, and hotel reservations. Keep them in your carry-on, not checked luggage. One traveler learned the hard way. Their phone battery died at the terminal and boarding slowed to a crawl. Extra tip, take photos of your passport and cruise card and store them securely. If something goes missing, you'll be very glad you did. Preparation prevents panic, and this next one is all about avoiding overpriced mistakes on board. Number 11. Bring your own meds and hygiene items. Pack a small medical kit, pain relievers, stomach meds, motion sickness pills, bandages, sunscreen, insect repellent. Onboard shops are limited and prices are high. A basic bottle of painkillers can cost multiple times what you'd pay at home. Prescription meds should always be in your carry-on, in original packaging, with copies of prescriptions. Ships carry limited medical supplies. Onboard visits are expensive. This isn't fear, it's being ready. Now here's something people don't think about until they're freezing. Number 12. Pack a sweater and no dress codes. Even on tropical cruises, bring a light sweater or jacket. Interiors are heavily air-conditioned. Dining rooms, theaters, and lounges feel cold, especially at night. Outdoor decks get chilly after sunset. People who skip this end up buying overpriced sweatshirts on board. Also, check for formal nights or themed parties. Planning ahead keeps you comfortable instead of awkward. And before we move on, if this video is already saving you from mistakes, make sure you're subscribed in your head, meaning stay mentally tuned in. Don't miss the final tip, because it's the one that quietly costs first-timers the most money. Now let's get practical with packing. Number 13. Unique and useful items to pack. Seasoned cruisers swear by a few small items that make a big difference. Magnetic hooks, perfect for hats, lanyards, swimsuits, and bags if the cabin walls or ceilings are metal. Magnetic clips keep schedules and tickets visible. Towel clips stop towels from sliding off lounges. A simple string with clips works as a clothesline overnight. These aren't flashy items, but they dramatically improve daily comfort. Now let's talk about something that causes more frustration than it should. Number 14. Cabin power and outlets. Cabin outlets are limited. Older ships may only have 1 or 2 USB ports. Newer ships often still don't provide enough charging options. Most cruise lines allow non-surge protected power strips or USB hubs. Surge protectors can be confiscated for fire safety. Some lines only allow USB-only hubs. One guest brought a standard power strip and lost it at security. Don't be that person. Your safest option is a compact USB charging hub. Helpful tip: on many ships, cabin lights only turn on when a card is inserted into the door slot. Test this before calling guest services. Number 15. Bring small bills. Here's something nobody thinks about until they're standing awkwardly at a port: cash. On board the ship, you're fine. Everything runs through your room card. Tap, charge, done. But the second you step off that ship into port, the game changes completely. Luggage porters expect tips. Taxi drivers need payment. That little street vendor selling fresh coconuts? Cash only. And many of them can't break a large bill. One couple hit the ship's ATM 3 separate times during one week-long cruise. $7 in fees every single time. By the end, they'd paid over $20 just to access their own money. Do this instead. Before you leave home, stop by your bank and withdraw a stack of 1s, 5s, and 10s. Keep them in a separate pocket from your main wallet. That small stack of bills becomes your secret weapon in every port. Number 16. Cruise luggage tags. This one sounds boring until your suitcase goes missing. After online check-in, the cruise line gives you printable paper luggage tags. They're free and they work, but they're just paper. Rain at the port, rough handling by baggage crews. One corner catches on a conveyor belt. Suddenly, your tag is half ripped, your name is unreadable, and your bag is sitting in a mystery luggage corner somewhere below deck. Every single sailing, at least one passenger spends their first night on board wearing the same clothes they traveled in, waiting for their suitcase to show up. The fix takes 30 seconds. Clear packing tape. Cover those tags completely. Front, back, edges. Think of it like laminating them. It's the smallest thing you'll pack, and it might be the smartest. Now let's talk about timing, because this one catches people off guard. Number 17. Boarding time. Let's clear up some confusion that stresses people out every single embarkation day. Your cruise itinerary says the ship departs at 5 p.m. So you figure, great, I'll get there around 4:30. Still plenty of time. Wrong, very wrong. Departure time is when the ship leaves the dock. Your boarding deadline is usually 90 minutes to 2 hours before that, sometimes earlier. Miss that deadline, and you're watching your vacation sail away from the parking lot. Picture this: you're rushing through the terminal, sweating, dragging luggage, apologizing to everyone you pass. Security is slow, lines are long, your heart is pounding. That's how some people start their dream vacation. Or you could do what smart cruisers do: arrive early, board calmly, grab lunch. While half the ship is still in line, explore the top deck, claim your favorite lounge chairs. Same ship, completely different experience. Choose calm, and once you're on board, this next step decides how fast your vacation actually begins. Number 18. Boarding day carry-on. Imagine this: you board the ship, you're excited, the sun is shining, and the top deck pool is calling your name. There's just one problem. Your swimsuit is in your checked luggage, somewhere in the belly of the ship, and it won't arrive at your cabin for another 4 or 5 hours. Meanwhile, everyone else is already in the pool. Here's how luggage works on embarkation day. When you arrive at the terminal, porters take your big suitcases. Those bags go through sorting, security, and delivery. You might not see them until late afternoon, sometimes early evening. Your carry-on is everything you need to actually enjoy the first day of your cruise. Pack it smart. Travel documents, medications, valuables, phone charger, a change of clothes, and your swimsuit. The passengers who pack like this, they're the ones sipping drinks by the pool at 1 p.m. while everyone else is waiting in their cabin, checking the hallway every few minutes. Be the person in the pool. Next up is the item you'll touch more than anything else all week. Number 19. The cruise card. There's one item you're going to touch more than anything else during your entire cruise. It's not your phone, it's your cruise card. This little plastic card is your room key, your payment method, your dining reservation proof, and your ID for getting on and off the ship. Lose it, and everything slows down. Most cruise lines still use traditional swipe cards. Some newer ships have upgraded. Princess has the medallion, Virgin Voyages uses wristbands, Disney has magic bands. On board, wear it on a lanyard. It keeps it accessible, keeps your hands free, and you're far less likely to lock yourself out of your cabin. But here's the part people miss. In port, hide that card. Walking around with a bright lanyard that screams, "I'm a tourist on a cruise ship," makes you an easy target. Pickpockets know exactly what that card means, and they know it links straight back to your cabin. Treat your card like cash. Number 20. Food and drink inclusions. Cruising shines when it comes to food. Buffets, main dining rooms, casual spots, and snacks are included, and usually excellent. Drinks are where people get burnt. Soda, bottled water, alcohol, and specialty coffee are usually not included. Charges add up faster than most expect. One passenger said they felt great all week until the final morning when they checked their account and saw how much bottled water, sodas, and cocktails had added up to. The cruise was amazing, the bill was not. That shock is completely avoidable if you understand what's included before you sail. Modern ships often have beverage refill stations, so large insulated cups or refillable bottles are smart. Many cruise lines allow a 12-pack of soda in carry-on luggage. Use that allowance. Here is the fix. Compare package prices ahead of time. Some plans save hundreds. Others lead people to overpay because they didn't do the maths. Knowing what's included and what's not is the difference between enjoying your cruise and stressing over your final bill. If this guide saved you money, stress, or mistakes, hit like in your mind and remember these tips when you book. Subscribe mentally to the idea of learning before you sail so you don't miss future cruise guides, mistakes to avoid, and insider tips. And if you want to keep preparing like a pro, keep watching more content that digs into specific topics like cabins, rules, and hidden costs. Happy sailing!